It is 6:41. I call this meeting of the Dalton Select Board to order. And we are going to continue with processing checks and other town business.
We had an unlocked door. Sunday morning or Saturday morning? In the old town hall, the door was wide open.
Okay, do you have to come out when you do the agendas?
Yes, I have actually.
Do what?
You have your folder that has your agenda in it. It just doesn't have your name on it this time because I think you have.
I don't think you gave me a folder.
It's right here. I think it's right under here. Mine's right here.
I
This
have an
must be yours.
extra.
No, this is hers.
Here. So this one is related to the timber tax? That we did a couple years
What
ago?
we did that for that? Yeah, I guess I just wanna,
Did we take this down,
so is it free wood that he got? With his truck? To the town garage, which is what it says, but.
it sounds like he cleaned up stuff on Blakesley Road.
Mm-hmm.
Did he do it on behalf of the town? That's what I don't understand.
Well, we put it on the rental, so,
So 6 roads. Here's the road to garage. So have we used him before?
I don't know, that's
And
what
do
my,
we usually contract things like that out or not?
I have no idea. I just know that in talking to Doreen to do 1099s, we gotta start sending W-9s out to these big
The vendors, right?
vendors. What?
Why would the Holly Alley be considered?
What did I do that? 16, it shouldn't be.
Everything else is the same.
It shouldn't be. Everybody else got on the house? No.
No, I mean,
Should be renovation. That's right. So I don't know why she did that. That one's gonna be different.
Right.
On the 5.5, 5.5. And this one's right.
Right.
But this one's wrong.
That's what it should have been for nothing, isn't it?
No. Unless she thought Robert and Robert, but no.
Because I couldn't type it out.
This needs to be fixed. And we have 56 regular, 8 sick, and 16 holiday.
So no, okay.
No, the time for,
no, I mean, that's just like the holiday pay is the same hourly rate.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what it's supposed to be, but it's not on here. See? 16 at 26 cents, it should be 16 at 17.40.
That's what it,
This should be 17.40 right here. Make an adjustment on that one. Do you see that?
I saw.
This should be 17.40, not 25. Yeah.
So we get there, it's the new rendering and everything now.
I have no idea, there's tons of them, as you go, there's tons of them as you go through, but I don't know if we have W-9s on file for,
I know what's
is
going
my
on.
point.
But then I think,
okay.
I'd like a little bit more information about this,
Okay.
because it's not clear to me, I mean,
I mean, I guess,
would be doing it because our staff couldn't? Did you keep in the wood?
is it for us? I don't know. Is it for the town garage to burn? I don't know.
So this is Bob said if we had a question, we could call him?
Well, I mean, to be fair, it was about the COVID contingency when he said that, but I'm sure he would be totally fine with it. If you're going to, you might want to try
Right, you wanna call them?
earlier rather than later.
What?
I was saying you might want to try earlier rather than later, because he can stuff sooner. they can use it.
Hello,
Hello, Bob, it's the board.
yes, Lord.
We are calling to inquire about a, check for Northwood Transport.
Yeah, Rodney, yeah.
Okay, so is this wood that went to the town garage to burn?
Yes, it did. The brush did and the wood.
The brush and the wood went.
Yep.
Okay, so this is, if you use wood for, this is Joe Beth, I just am trying to understand. So this is some of the wood that you'll use for heating the building?
Oh, yeah, it's scrap wood, stuff that blows down, Joe, bet. Yeah. I don't waste it, yeah. You gotta pick it up anyway.
Okay, so we had to pay him to pick up this wood, right? That was the
Just to
problem?
clean up the road, and with that tornado in our place, the road.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Thank you, that's helpful. While we're on the phone, we're gonna skip, we didn't actually have it on the agenda, but talk about COVID contingency plans as we're getting close to winter.
Yes.
So I know we looked at that binder that you had.
Yeah.
I don't have it in front of me. Is that current in terms of the agreements with other municipalities?
Oh, yes, in the whole system. Yes, it is, the whole state. It lives all the towns that are involved. There's hundreds of them, Joe, bet.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
And
so,
I gave you a list of people you would say start first, right here in your local area.
okay, that's good. So, and that's something that you'll take care of within the highway department if we need to evoke that mutual aid, or do we need to have?
Joe, bet. You guys are gonna learn how to use that.
No, we're not.
What?
That's what the book is for you guys. If something happens to me, who's gonna do it?
Well, that was our question locally.
Well, exactly.
So, I guess what we're asking is, there's a list of local people,
Yeah?
and so all those people have whatever they need to drive the big trucks?
Well, I don't need to drive the big trucks. Two of the trucks, Carol, you don't have to have a commercial license for.
Okay, that was my question. And then, and how does the liability work? Does it just go into the town?
I don't know, the employees of the town, yeah, we're going to town. They're not subcontractors, no.
Okay.
I mean, if the book details it, Carol, under the mutual aid thing, I read a little bit on it, I can't think of it, where's the service department? Same as the fire department mutual aid.
Well, no, ours is a little different. We did ours a little different. You have to have a license, and we have it so if they need ambulance coverage, they just take all the EMS people that are available, ship them. Fire department's different. We just want to make sure that, they can drive the trucks, that they can plow the roads, that they have experience.
Yeah, the list of the people I gave you won't have any trouble.
So,
If you go outside the town and you went to the mutual aid system, those people would be coming from other towns, other municipalities, Carol. So,
okay.
yeah.
But we would start local, is what you're saying.
Oh, yes, always. You'll
So-
have plenty of people, yeah.
Who do we put in charge?
Well, I don't know, well, if Ron isn't available, that's probably going to the top of my list.
Okay,
I think
well,
would be the best one.
That's what we're trying to figure out. Who we make that call to.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the other people in town who might step up, are they on our insurance policy in case something happens?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, if they're working for the town, I would think so.
Okay, I just don't know if we have to provide that information to Primex.
I don't know. That's out of my circle. I don't know.
So if you could give us a list of those people, then we can follow up on that.
You have the list.
But there's a little tiny list in the thing.
Okay,
There's 6 or 7 people on one, and then there's some contractors on there.
So Bob, I have a form that's from Primex that I will bring by that simplifies, basically it says, it's really self-explanatory that you can fill out with local people.
Yeah,
I will drop it off or leave it in your box. It's pretty simple. It just says who's the first person we're gonna call, who's gonna be,
okay, speak, yeah.
so we're not going 2 o'clock in the morning going, help, who do we call?
exactly.
Right.
Okay, I will get that to you, but it's from Primex, and it's just basically, without getting into the entire state, it just does local. We can set it so it's local. If we run out of local people, then we're gonna have to go into mutual aid.
You're right. Oh, yeah, that'd be the next step you would have to do, yes.
So, I will bring you that form,
Okay.
okay, and we'll go from there. Are you okay with that? You
I'm okay.
okay with that? Everybody's okay with that?
Thank you, Bob.
Everybody's okay with it. All right. So Carol, I couldn't find any other town in the area.
Well, they're just saying that towns should start looking out for what happens because we have no known way of where this course is going. So what Lancaster and Whitefield and Dalton, all of them did with the fire and EMS, they have a different agreement above the mutual aid that says if everybody in Lancaster is quarantined because of COVID, we have 7 EMTs that will go up and help them out.
Right.
And the fire department's the same way, but we're just trying to figure out the actual town plowing.
Right. I called Whitefield and Rob Lawson didn't have it. He said it was a good idea, but they weren't participating. They didn't know anything about it either, so it's.
No, Judy said they haven't set up any plans, they're just gonna wing it, but I don't wanna wait until 2 o'clock in the morning and go, hey, who are we gonna call, we have a snowstorm.
Yeah.
So we're talking to our risk management, Rick Elder at Primex, he said, you know, we should set up some kind of contingency plan if this should happen.
Right.
So, I don't want it to happen, cause I really don't wanna deal with it.
Oh, no, I'm sure, I'm sure none of us do, but I'll give you some of us respirator in the hospital, so don't worry about that.
But I will drop that off, and like I said, it's just a plan, a local plan that, you know, I know that maybe one or 2 of the fire guys have CDLs, but, you know, not everybody can drive the big trucks or plow.
Yeah, no, you only have to do 550s and they're way out of the way requirement for that, so anybody who can plow snow with a pickup can plow snow with that, Carol, and all those kind of names I gave you, none of the, any of them would be fine, then you still have the guns in the fire department too, so I mean, you can add them to us, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if some of them want plow, but. Okay, well, I'll bring that form by and just show it to you, and it's, like I said, it's pretty simple, it just gives an outline of who we're supposed to call, and where to start the chain going.
Sure, and, you know, and I don't know how deep you can take it, so what's the town paying?
You have to have a seat.
Well, that's the other thing,
And that's something you guys need to discuss.
we need to know their rate.
You're right, exactly what you're gonna do, yep,
Yep, so,
yep.
okay,
Thank you, Bob.
Call me anytime,
Okay, we shall.
okay?
bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. And so we have the tax warrant from Jesse, correct?
Yes, we do.
Do you still have those? Oh, they're right there. This one needs to go. we're gonna need to go through our W-9, see if we can find the W-9 folders and see who we have on there for list.
Sounds good.
They said 600 was cut off to 1099, so.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve this tax warrant?
I make a motion to approve the tax warrant. Tamla?
I second that motion. Carol?
All in favor?
Aye, Carol?
Aye, Tamla.
Aye, Jabeth? We need to sign both copies.
I think so. I think I keep one and
Joe Beth, do we sign the tax liens now or later? Have we got the
We should
letters?
do that later.
Okay.
Okay, we have the draft minutes from November 23rd, working session to review.
Thank you.
I know there's one correction already noted in this copy. And this is going to the correction.
Huh? Are you in full?
A little.
Yeah, yeah.
I was gonna turn the heat up a little bit more.
you can try. But we're on one boiler, so you probably
Oh, that's
aren't gonna get much heat.
We're only on one boiler?
According to Bob, he texted me this weekend and said, one boiler's toast and number 2 is running the whole building, so we're gonna talk about it.
Okay. So I know there is one correction to a name on my copy.
Yeah.
Any other changes or corrections to the minutes?
Oh,
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I make a motion, I, Carol, make a motion to approve the November 23rd, 2020 Select Board meeting minutes with the correction of the name.
I second the motion, Pamela.
All in favor?
Aye, Pamela.
I, Carol.
Aye, Jobeth? Okay, for public comments, I know Christine Ordman.
Yep, thank you. Christine
Right,
Ordinance.
approved, okay, stay on that.
Said,
You want me to add it again?
It should be on all of them, but just add approved. Just write it on there, so we know that.
I can write it on the sign or something.
Yeah, it needs to be approved, because sometimes they get separated. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Sorry.
interrupt you.
Okay, it's all right. I would like to know, and I did send in a request to speak. What's the town budget at? How much have we got left in the bank account?
I'm not sure of the bank account, because but in our operating budget, we have about 45,000.
About 45? And you just signed the tax warrant. Did the tax rate go up?
So that is the tax warrant. The tax rate is close to what it was the year before. It looks like the municipal part is going to be, I want to verify, it's not, we have to go through, the steps of uploading.
Right.
Tax warrant. It looks like it's going to be about 3.96.
3.96?
Yeah,
What's the rate?
The
for the
rate.
municipal rate.
No, what's the tax rate?
The total?
Yep.
The total is, and again, this is tentative.
No, they already said it, so it's not tentative.
Um, 24.13.
24.13.
And we're gonna add 3.96 to it?
No, that is,
Total.
3.96 is part of it, but then you have the school
Oh,
and the
And when
county
we did it,
and
the
the
school
state.
thing was not in there, or one of them was not in there, when we first originally,
They're all here.
they are now, but I
Right.
thought one wasn't there when we were doing, they didn't have it loaded yet.
Right, but it's loaded now.
It's loaded
Yeah.
now,
so
okay.
24.13 is the tax rate for the municipal budget?
I-
All inclusive, school and everything?
Yes. And I'm saying that, as I say, I want to say that it's tentative just until we get all the steps through DRA.
Okay. When are the tax bills going out?
Now that we signed the tax warrant, Jess, you should be able to send them out.
Okay, are we going to make the money we need to avoid a loan?
So we have to talk with Linda about, we may need to do a TAN, because we have the county payment that is due, I believe it's the 15th of December,
17.
17.
17th.
How much is that?
Almost half a million.
$465,000.
So you're not gonna have enough.
I have not checked the bank account, I think we probably do not have enough to cover that without, unless tax money comes back in the next week.
Probably the only ones that will come in are those held in escrow and the banks will send them out. It's not gonna
I'm
give you $500,000 though. Okay, thank you. The DRA, that's all set, and she took care of the Northway statement. That is it, I appreciate it, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Yes,
Hi, Joe Beth. A couple things, 2 weeks ago when I was here,
So can we have, we've had people asking that they can't hear people speaking, so when you speak, you need to come up here so that they can hear.
We've got a microphone here.
I can be heard pretty loud if I need to, so. No worries, I'm sure people will hear me. But 2 weeks ago, I came in and asked about if the recycling center was not sending their 5-cent cans to Vermont anymore. I'm not sure where you landed on that.
Yeah, I can give you an update. I have reached out to the New Hampshire Municipal Association attorneys for a ruling on that, and I've not heard back yet.
Okay. So
In the
the
meantime,
statement I made though last week, I didn't put it in writing and give it to you, so I want to do that tonight, just so it's on the record about what I said last week.
Okay.
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure it's on record and it's in writing, so it can't be misconstrued or twisted or turned for another individual's joy.
Okay, thank you.
Liz? Thank you.
Excuse me. Municipal attorney, they don't make rulings, they only make advisements. So you use them for rulings?
They are our first, so we are a member of the New Hampshire Municipal Association.
Yep.
And they have a couple of attorneys on staff, so our first recourse, if we want a legal opinion, is to go to them, so that we don't have to incur attorney fees.
Okay, so they don't make a ruling then?
no, they give
They will
us
provide us
revised
with guidance on the ruling.
the RSA, what we should do.
No, but you said that they made a ruling. So making a ruling and making an advisement is different, two different things, so.
No, they won't make a ruling. No, we have asked them for
Advice.
what their opinion on this matter.
Right.
On
So they
whether
don't
we
make
can-
no ruling, they make an opinion.
They will give us an opinion,
Okay.
or they will defer and say that it's something we need to take up with our own town council. But I have not heard back from them.
We good on that? Okay. Also, 4 weeks ago, I came in and asked about what we were paying for trash removal from the transfer station to Mount Carberry. And I'm just gonna read the piece and I can kind of tell you how I came to these numbers. At the November 2nd, 2020 Select Board meeting, I made a request to see how much the town has spent on trash removal from January 2020 to October 2020, or as far as you could have tickets for. On November 16th, 2 weeks later, I received the information I was asked for. I appreciate the quick turnaround and the numbers that were given to me, even included all of the year 2019 as well. And so I do appreciate the fact that you folks were able to supply me with some information. I spent some time mulling over the numbers, and I ended up comparing the two sites that were used in two different ways. Now, I will give this to you too, so you'll have it in writing, Liz. The first way I compared it was, I compared the cost of what we paid NCES from June the 12th, 2019 to September the 18th, 2019. 15 weeks, give or take. And I found that that total cost was $8,088.57. I compared that to what we paid at Mount Carberry from June 4th, 2020 to September 16th, 2020, approximately 15 weeks, and found that total cost to be $10,087.38. Secondly, I compared the
What are
cost.
the dates?
Hmm?
What are the dates?
Is the tonnage the same?
They ain't got that far yet.
Let me finish. I do have all these answers.
He's gonna make this alone.
So the dates I used was June the 12th, 2019 to September 18th, 2019. The reason I used those dates was because I had to find comparable dates in 2019 to the comparable dates of this fall, summer, fall.
So you had almost 2 years worth of data and you picked 15 weeks?
Well, if you let me finish and not interrupt, I'll kind of get around to eventually all my findings here. So
You have 3
3
minutes? 3 minutes or what?
Not
He's
your
already
choice.
He's already over 3
Not
minutes.
your choice.
Says on the agenda,
He's
3
gonna
minutes.
get down.
Hold on, I cannot hear with multiple people talking, please continue.
Who's the chairman?
Okay, let me finish. I then compared the cost of what we paid at NCES from February 5th, 2020 to May the 27th, 2020, about 16 weeks. And I found that the total cost was $9,079.16. I compared that to what we paid at Mount Carberry from 6/04/20 to 9/16/20, about 15 weeks, and found that total cost to be $10,087.38. Again, same cost, same amount of time.
Same
So-
tonnage?
Under the first scenario, the town of Dalton would save over the course of the year approximately $8,000 if we'd stayed with the NCES contract.
That's bullshit.
Under the second scenario, the town of Dalton would save over the course of the year approximately $4,000 if we'd stayed with the NCES contract. A little side note. Since June the 2nd of 2020 to date, to today, Dalton residents have delivered 77.23 tons of materials to NCES. The town did not have to pay for that. The town residents brought the disposal to NCES and paid the disposal fee, the tonnage fee, whatever it was. This, if brought to the transfer station, would have increased the bill to Mount Carberry by $4,324.88. In a few years, this all may become a moot point, as Casella would pay for trash removal as part of the agreement to site their operation at the Ingerson Industrial Park.
Yay.
Now, what I tried to do was compare apples to apples. That's the best I can do. These numbers came from you folks. These aren't numbers that I made up. These are actual numbers that I received from the Board of Selectmen to use in my comparisons. Now, there's all of a sudden there's a lot of interest in what we're paying for trash removal.
Yeah,
A month ago, I asked for the information. About a week later, there was an article in the Caledonian that was just a timing piece, where the little town of Littleton decided to stay with NCES because the cost to switch to Carberry was going to be far greater than they wanted to charge their citizens of the town. And since there's been a letter drafted by Mr. Alvarez in the corner saying how much money the town of Dalton is saving, I think he knew what I was going to find with these numbers. And right now, as we're talking about budget and not having the money, for us to be paying more for our trash to be shipped to Mount Carberry than can be shipped to NCES is a travesty.
So I would have to dig in and look at your numbers.
Absolutely,
So
I understand that, Joe Beck. I'm not asking for an answer tonight. Really what I'm doing is trying to give information to the board as to what I found. The numbers were your numbers. I'm not making them up. The only thing that you didn't know, and I didn't know this, was that there are Dalton residents who are delivering their disposable trash, or probably demo, to the NCES site on their own, charging that fee, whatever that fee is they're being charged. I didn't know that.
They're the Kennisons, they were
I
emptying
don't know
out a
how you would
trailer.
know that. if
Well,
they-
I know because he works for me. It's the Kennisons, they were emptying out a demolished trailer, and the only reason that they were doing it is because they needed the bins because they were filling them up.
Okay. So the bottom line is,
And they would have paid to bring it to the transfer station. We charge for construction debris, and it's supposed to be a break even. So
well, right now, we're spending more money to ship up to Mount Carberry.
it does cost more money to ship up the car.
And it's costing us more as a town.
It's
with
not, because
everything
you've taken the
included.
numbers out of context, the numbers do not lie. If you look over from last year when we decided, the whole year to date, you compared it with the trucking, and the tonnage is $20 a ton cheaper for the municipal waste. It's $40 less for construction debris. To go from Bethlehem, from the transfer station to Bethlehem is $188. To go from the transfer station to Carberry, it's $295. So basically, or it's $285. So basically, if your construction debris is over 2.5 tons, then you break even. Most of the loads of construction debris are 5 to 8 tons. So it's break even, so if they had
I'm
put
not
that-
here, I'm not here to debate this.
Well, certainly if you
No,
are.
I'm not here to debate this. Okay, Mount Carberry is not recycling the way that Casella recycled, so there will be more
We don't send
tonnage.
our recycling.
So
there. We
Lizzie,
send
this
them to
is,
Lancaster.
this is what I have in writing.
So,
Thank you.
Is this 10 minutes up yet?
Okay,
It's
so,
probably, it's up to the chairman to make that
He's
decision.
about Drew, the fellow that I ever met in my life.
Yeah.
are we ready to proceed with the agenda?
Yes.
Selectman, didn't you?
Said it.
19 years I sat there, buddy.
Cute caps.
You ain't there, man. What you say before, buddy?
Okay,
Send it registered.
so the first item is that you have the letter from Casella, and I know I sent out a draft of the response, which is very simple, but I just wanted to make sure that that's the approach you want, which is basically acknowledging that we got the letter.
Yes.
So I know we had talked before, 2 weeks ago, about having that as an approach, and I just want to just make sure that we want to do that. You know, we've gotten some feedback from citizens asking about what we're doing. Do we want to go to our attorney and just see if we should start any negotiation now, even if it's contingent on a zoning application at a later point?
I think we stick with what we're doing right now. We've communicated what we wanted, a zoning application. And I don't think that we should really, at this point, it's early. Their wetlands permit isn't approved. So you're, would worry about the budget, spend lawyer fees, basically on something that may not happen.
I just want to make sure that we're having a public discussion
Yep.
about this, because there are many different ways that we could approach that.
Correct.
I think that we should leave it open if we decide we need to.
I think we should leave it open, I just don't think we should spend more money until we have solid documentation.
More money, I'm sorry?
Spend more money talking to an attorney until we have solid documentation.
In terms of a zoning application.
Correct.
And we can see what happens to the wetlands permit as well.
Right.
Okay. So the letter that I drafted, are you comfortable with that being sent?
Yes.
Can I take a look at it again?
I looked at it.
Yeah.
I'm good with it.
Okay.
And if I may, and you are going to attach the Casella letter that you read 2 weeks ago, plus your reply, and you're gonna put it on the Town of Dalton website, correct?
Yes,
That was
we'll do
discussed yesterday, 2 weeks ago.
We-
that
we
you
will-
are gonna-
yes, we
okay.
have not responded yet.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we were going to review a draft and wanted to do it in a regular meeting, not a working session, so we didn't talk about it last week. Do we get an update on selling the equipment?
We do. So, Josh at the gun store purchased, not all, because, purchased these that he has listed for one flat fee of $1,975, which instead of waiting for him to sell one and give us something, which could be 5 or 6 years down the road, we did an even thing. There is one, I don't know, I wanna call it a shotgun cutoff something, but it has to have a class 3 license person. And Josh does not hold that license at the gun store, so he has someone else that will take care of it. So basically, we have a letter saying that he has all of these serial numbers.
Okay,
Are you, if, I wasn't
Yeah,
gonna
no, I'm
play,
good with it.
I'm not gonna play 2 or 3 years if we sell one here, do we wanna accept this price? This was just a done.
Yep.
And
No, I
we're
think
still
it's
waiting on that class 3 license guy to do that other shotgun. I'm not a gun person in any way, but apparently, I think he is agreed to pay $600 And then there's a $100 fee, which he's gonna try to get the buyer to pay because of the class 3 license.
Yep.
And it takes 8 to 10 months to get checked in order to have this. So it has to go to another law enforcement. You can't just sell it to anybody, is what he said. And the other piece of equipment that we still have is the Axon taser gun that I still need to find a place for that. Nobody seems to really wanna take it on. It's a,
And this is better than the Cole County Sheriff was talking about.
they never asked,
They never came back, and they were
we
talking
emailed
about,
them, they were talking
$500.
$500.
okay,
They would give us $500 for all the guns.
That's not something the state troopers would want?
The problem is, if they want them, the town has to pay to go through a background check.
Oh,
The guns have to go through a special thing, there's a whole bunch of gun laws. By doing this with Josh, he decided he would take them on, he's gonna lose money on some.
oh,
and
I was
maybe
just
make a
talking
little.
about the taser.
Oh, the
That-
taser?
That's kind of a specialty, you know?
No, it's
You're not
not
gonna
tasers.
tase a deer.
Tasers are like computers, like iPad. Like this one was great, now they have the iPad, next one out, which is much better.
Oh,
Same thing with tasers,
They're obsolete quickly.
huh?
You're saying they're obsolete.
Yeah, because
Very
there's new ones
quickly.
that come out, we just need to find, I was gonna try to see if Axon is where he bought it, which was a used company, and see if they would take it back and try to sell it. But
okay, I make a motion that we accept this agreement with the Village Gun Store and the payment of $1,975
I will let
For-
Josh know that we accepted.
for this list of weapons. And with that motion, and this is Joe Beth making the motion, I also will include the shotgun that requires a special class 3 license that would go to a different dealer.
Correct.
And we're talking about possibly $600, and that might be less a $100 fee, whichever it is. I think as long as it's in that range, we should accept it. And as part of that, I also will add that if Axon will take the taser back, we will work with them, even if it's just to get rid of it so that we don't have the liability of having it here.
I mean, I could ask around, I can get Axon's idea of what it's worth, I can ask locally, I mean, we don't have to do any background check, so.
Right. Do we have a second?
I second the motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Tim Wolf.
Aye, Carol?
Aye, Joe Beth?
Could you just read the amounts of that again for me, please?
It is going to be $1,000.
$975.
I gotta wear my glasses.
So this will be a deposit.
Thank you.
Not to change the subject, just to let you know, Linda, this came today, in today's mail from, the bank.
Oh, good.
Yeah, the summary of our loan payment.
No,
Yeah, I know.
top secret.
I asked Lizzie today and she said she'd check on it. Thank you, Carol.
It
We
just
haven't
came.
gotten it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mail comes in.
We will upload it to the auditor.
Yeah.
For Joe Bethel.
In terms of updates, as I mentioned earlier, it looks like we have approximately $45,000 in our operating budget. And we have December payroll, we have additional fees for, the regular monthly payments. Have
We
we
also
made the
have-
health trust?
We also have the trust stuff for us to sign,
Yes, I
correct?
think it's in here.
It's, I put all the signatures that weren't AP or
Right.
So, I don't know what's in the trash bag. I know we voted to put X amount, and we did that already, the 3,000.
You put 3,000 in, yes.
Right.
And so, we have paid $9,000 for trash bags, and I don't know what's in that account.
That needs to come out of that account, the trust fund. and
Is there
pay
$9,000?
I don't have my book with me.
So we're gonna have
Is
to.
it nine
I
or
think there,
it.
my guess is that there is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
There
sure
was-
there is.
There was, the large ones were 6,000,
And then we got the small ones, which were another 3,000, so the total check was what, almost $9,000?
Yeah, the town needs to be reimbursed from the trust fund.
Yeah, and we also did the building ones, where they redid the.
Right, the
The
3,200
Ansel,
or
the fire
something.
extinguishers, and then
With-
also the manhole.
The manhole, which goes around the oil drum out back, which had the
So that's part of the, I know we want
building.
3,205 is what I had as the total for.
Yep, and then there's the kitchen, the fire suppression system here that needed to be updated and fixed.
Okay,
So that's another 2,000.
And those are all in there.
Those are all in here for us to sign.
okay, and I don't have that piece on here.
Okay.
And then what about the boiler you mentioned?
We're gonna have to, a couple of weeks ago, we paid $765 for Dwayne Hall, who apparently does our, repairs. He came, he repaired it, the boiler room had 2 inches of water flowing out the door. And so this weekend, I believe it was either Saturday or Sunday, Bob texted me and said that the boiler in the town building is out. And Dwayne managed to get boiler number 2 going, but the size of the building, it won't maintain. We gotta do something like ASAP.
That was designed for one boiler.
The what?
The building's designed for one boiler.
Why are there 2 in there?
It has a wigwag system. This, when it was designed, so that one boiler would run 7 days, then the other boiler would shut off, that boiler would run another 7 days.
So do you know who put it in?
Yeah, I do.
Who?
And quickly.
Ed Quigley.
Yep.
And so do you know when that was?
12 years ago,
12? So here's my other question, if someone
8 to 12.
asked me, it's a cast iron boiler. It shouldn't be dead, is what they're saying.
There should be a tag on it for warranty on it.
Well, I kinda went out there and really looked, but, so basically what I did was I called Dwayne Hall and told him that he needed to get us a estimate and tell us what's wrong with it. And then I think we should reach out to a few other people in the area and have them, but you said it can run on one?
It's a wig-wag system is what they call it.
Okay.
So rather than have one boiler on high demand all the time, it was more economical at the time to have 2 boilers in there. One boiler would run, like I said, 7 days.
Yeah,
Well, it might not run 7 days, it might run 5 days. Then it would shut off, and then it would kick over onto the next boiler. And that boiler would run 5 to 7 days. So that wouldn't burn out the boiler as fast. So theoretically, the time, we should have lasted for 30 years.
well, that's what someone said, because
It's still under warranty by any chance?
we need to figure that out. I'm trying to find, I asked Jessie, she said maybe the paperwork was out there today. There's paperwork, but it doesn't say who or when it was put in.
And
It
this
just
room here is
said,
deadheaded, so it won't get any hotter in here. So it'll either get wicked hot or get wicked cold.
okay. Well, I guess,
Because it goes, where it's stacked over here is like ends the loop. It's a full loop system.
well, when I talk to Bob, we're gonna get Dwayne to send us what's wrong with it, what needs to be fixed, what the cost is gonna be, and then we're gonna kind of.
But it might be a warranty on it.
I'll look. I'll have Bob go out and look, maybe he can find it.
And I agree, we should get a
Is
true
it
production
still
of
alive?
Yes.
But that, yeah.
So the guy that put it in is still alive?
He's in Whitefield. Ed works right in Whitefield. You can find him.
Yeah. we
He's
can call him
local
and
corner
find
right in
out.
Whitefield.
Why did we stop using him to fix it? No. We changed so many people in this town.
Yeah, but it makes sense to go back to the guy that put it in.
Well, I think we should get estimates,
Yeah.
have them look at it and
I
see
know.
what they say is wrong with it and what needs to be done and get an estimate and then proceed.
Yeah.
Especially if we can.
It had a
move along with
lifespan
that
of like
boiler for a
25,
while.
30 years.
The what?
It had a lifespan of 25, 30 years with a wigwag system. That's why it was economical at the time to put
Well,
it in.
I will try to get a hold of Mr. Quigley and get what he has to offer.
Yeah.
But they told me Stiles this morning.
Plus Stiles, well, we was buying oil from Stiles because we went on a contract. and we was buying it for 5 cents over rack price, which is cheap.
Well, no, but they told me that Styles put it in.
No.
So,
Styles maintained it after we bought oil from
Okay.
Styles.
that's where all my questions are being answered.
Okay,
So I will try to call, Ed Quigley tomorrow, and I will try to get Dwayne to get that estimate to us, so we can figure out where we're going with it.
right. And it just seems like if it's only 8 to 12 years old,
And then,
it shouldn't be failing.
I'm guessing about that.
And so, is it the same boiler that failed again after we had it fixed, or is it the other boiler?
There's the brand new boilers, 2 of them.
they're side by side,
Right,
and I think I'd have to ask Mike and Ron, they were the ones that went and looked at it, but I think it was boiler number 1 that was, there was 2 inches of water on the floor, and there's water over there now.
and with boiler number 1 again.
But they're side by side,
Right.
and I'm not a boiler person, so I can't tell you where
There
the
used to be
water's
one
coming
big
from.
boiler.
What?
Used to be a boiler big as that cabinet in there.
Yeah,
Just
there-
one. And that was here since the building of the school in 1956.
Used to be, but then they
Used to
switched
be,
it,
then
then
they
they
switched it
switched over
to-
to this double boiler system.
Yeah, there's
Because-
2
Yeah.
side by side,
Right.
and it says boiler 1 and boiler 2.
Right. Right.
It's gonna start raining in a few minutes, big deal.
Okay,
I will do that.
all right. We also already, in terms of updates, talked about the tax rate.
I just have a couple of things.
And so, let's, before we get too far, we have requests for trust funds, which the bags we've already approved, all of these
Correct.
we've already approved. The one we may not have is the, so one is for the $9,847.10 for the paper bag,
That's how much it was.
which I,
$9,847.
right, we already made a motion a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that's already been in the minutes.
Then we have the 2,214, which is for the Ansel system. So I go back, make a motion that we request reimbursement from the Capital Reserve Building Maintenance Fund to cover the updating of the Ansel fire suppression system in the kitchen and the fire extinguisher. There was a safety inspection of the fire extinguishers, and some of them, I believe, need to be replaced. So that's all included in this.
Correct.
How much is in the building fund?
I'm sorry?
How much is in the building fund?
So,
Do we need
Yeah,
somebody to second that motion? Do we need somebody to second the motion?
I made a motion, nobody has seconded it yet.
I second the motion.
Okay, thank you.
And according to Interstate, that probably won't need that Ansel thing change, filter, whatever they did to it for another 20 years.
Mhm.
So,
And that, when we made the decision to repair that, that is so that the kitchen can still be used by the town.
Carol, did you agree with that motion too?
the what?
The motion, you agreed with that too? The motion to request reimbursement from the capital building maintenance
I don't
fund?
know if she got that far yet.
So
So
Joe
we
Beth
all-
I made a
made a
motion
motion
and
and
Pamela
she
seconded it.
She made the motion, she seconded it, we
We have
haven't,
not voted yet.
we have not voted yet.
I see, okay.
I don't know if I can pull up the,
So how much was in the
Balance.
building fund? Does anybody know?
Last year, do you have a book?
It was like
I can in
20,000.
2 seconds.
I thought it was that, I know we added 10, so I thought it was like 30,000, but I could be wrong.
that's what I'm remembering, but I don't,
How's the
it's my
roof?
memory, so I want
Huh?
to.
How's the roof?
Hopefully good. We've already done some sewer issues here. But. Last year, last spring, didn't Jesse say the highway department went up and checked the whole roof out? And that the leak spots on that side were leftover old ones in the old police department? So, I don't know, probably they should probably check it again.
Didn't that get fixed?
Huh?
Didn't that get fixed? The police department roof got.
Yeah, but there was a yellow staining in the ceiling, and that's when Jesse told us that it was old staining and it got fixed. I'm pretty sure that was this last spring,
Right.
that we
So
were
it's
having that
making it
conversation,
better
so I think that, she said the guys went up and checked it all, and it's an old leak from, the yellow spots are old from previous leaks. So when he just asked how the roof is, that's the only thing I know about the roof this year.
Can I just ask a question, and I'm not being critical here at all, but do you folks have kind of like a 10, a 15, 20-year plan as to like step by step, like in 10 years, we know we're gonna have to replace the roof? In 20 years, we know we're gonna have to replace the boilers.
We are
I mean,
trying
do
to work on that.
do you have something like that? Because if you don't, obviously, if you don't, we get stuck in some budget issues.
Correct.
Hopefully
Like, all of a
Casella will
sudden-
pay for everything. Hopefully Casella will pay for everything. They serve
Because
3-year
if
terms.
the roof kind of starts to leak, we don't really have a choice, we have to fix it. You know, we do. And if we're not budgeting it, you know, or if we don't have like a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, 15-year plan, I
They
think
serve
you know what I'm
3-year
talking
terms.
about.
Oh, absolutely, and
It would only help
Right.
everybody.
Are you selectman or what?
And you
You know.
serve so
So to
well.
answer your
Mister,
question,
you
Vic,
question my service to this town? Who the hell are you, mister?
excuse me,
Making a,
excuse me.
Who are you to question me, mister?
Chairman Stockton.
so to answer your question, in the 2019, in the building improvement expansion and renovation fund was $27,000, $743.49, and I believe we added another 10,000 this year.
Yes, we did.
Okay. And I didn't mean this, I'm not trying to stir the
No,
pot.
no, absolutely,
It's
Did
just.
you guys ever get an answer from Scott if he could be on the
You know.
broadband committee?
excuse me, okay,
Well, it's been a free-for-all
all
all
in
night,
favor of
why
this-
not?
excuse me,
So,
all in favor of this motion regarding the building fund capital reserves to be used to pay this $2,214? All in favor?
I, Carol,
Aye, Tamara.
Aye, Joe Beth?
and the other one, I don't think we had a choice because the DES was finding about water and the oil mixing in the tank back there with that, whatever that 5-gallon.
Right. And so this one was one that we approved earlier as well. So
Yeah,
this
right.
is just signing the form, and this is the $3,078.90.
Thank you.
Okay, this invoice is for the required public notice.
I know, and we're asking,
Right.
are we going to just go where with that?
There should be a
Look for the minute.
Yeah,
planning
yeah.
board.
Well, and see, that's what we were talking about when I gave you this.
So it doesn't have the codes on it. She was-
Well, it does though, this is what's
Oh, there it is. I
happening,
didn't- okay, I didn't-
is that they're all just being filed under this, because that's how it's set up. It's not set up for all of these things here.
No, it doesn't, and this will go under,
So see, this is what Doreen was saying, that you,
there is a section on the planning board.
okay,
They're just too easy to
so you were saying everything's not falling under here, but it's not being broken down to different, see this whole section?
Right.
So that's what she wants to be broken down a little bit more, so that when you ask for those reports, she can give them to you.
Okay,
Does that make sense? They're all just
Yes.
being lumped under this big one.
right, so we can.
We need to take,
Mhm.
the fire and the highway is broken down
Right,
This one needs to be broke down better.
I agree.
Okay, that's what she's saying.
So for this, here,
Is that what we wanna go under planning board?
yes.
I wasn't sure if it went under admin. So technically it falls under 4191,
Yes.
under public notices, PB, is how it should be. And that's what we need to start doing if you want that to be broken down. That will go next week.
Okay.
Do you wanna sign it? Or she doesn't have to bring it back, or the next week after that?
That's the salmon press or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Right in. Here you go. Here you are.
Thank you.
Joe Beth, can I ask a question about these trust funds? Are the last two bills similar to the blue bags in that the town has already paid the bills and the trustees? The trustee funds are gonna reimburse the general fund?
Yes.
Yeah, if you wanna see right here, Linda, this is what we paid back in. So, the 15 gallons, we paid 3,760 for. And the 33 gallons, we paid 6,000 for. And we paid them back in July. We just haven't done this process.
Yeah, I just, that in the future, when the bill comes in, if it's gonna be paid with trustee funds, that's why they have a checking account, so they can pay the bills directly. And we don't have to play this game of the town pays it and
Yeah, but they,
it makes it look like it's income coming into the town and it's coming from the trustee funds. And that,
yeah, well, it also looks like it's expenditures out of their personal budget. I mean, if you look at, like, if we pay it out of, like, their budget, it looks like it's that, but then we get reimbursed.
right, but it's also,
I think it was set up that way because
I think as I recall, when we were trying
to
a
trace.
year ago to trace things that had happened with the trust fund account, it was very challenging with just checkbooks. And I can check with the New Hampshire Municipal Association to make sure, but my understanding from that budget thing that we went, is that we really should be paying expenses from our operating budget and then getting reimbursed from the,
There's no track and
Trust
trace,
funds.
is basically what they're saying. I
because we-
know that when Rose got the books, she had like tons of little checkbooks here and there and little pieces of paper, and she's like, so this kind of made it that
yeah, you do need it to be able to understand what the money got spent for, and you need some.
So the other thing we have to report on is money that we pay out to the trust funds and money that we bring back. So there, on the DRA forms that we submit, those are categories.
Mhm.
And the other issue was that people had quit, we had nobody, and people wanted money, they wanted to buy out of their, like, I think Bob got something out of his thing, and we've gotta find someone who's gonna sign these checks.
Yeah, I understand
that-
that has complicated matters greatly, so.
Current process is working fine because we're able to keep track of everything.
Yeah. And that's big, and just, as I'm doing the
And
DRA
you-
forms now.
And we say that, and, 5 years down the road, there's different trustees, there's
Oh.
always gonna be this permanent record here in the town,
Okay, just,
so.
Because we had that discussion last year. It's a great question to ask,
yeah,
but this is a better way of tracking it and make sure that it's audited
okay.
and reconciled. So, I know we talked about these labor posters and
So-
everything. This seems expensive to me though.
It is, but Jesse said today, the last time they got new posters out there was 2012, and that's
you know, because I questioned whether Jessie was making her own, but by law, we have to have these posters.
It's a compliance issue.
It's a compliance issue. And I think we can wait and hold off a little bit on them. I don't think we have to do this right this second.
Let's see where we are at the end of the
I
year.
mean, we're under COVID,
Right.
so we're not,
You're
but,
already- Okay.
Is there a cost associated with putting up new posters? The state just,
oh, yeah,
the
no,
labor
it's like,
department doesn't just send them out?
no, you have to buy them.
Oh, really?
No, they want like a,
$200 for a few posters to hang out there. That's the way it is.
But
Is
they
there another-
mandate it, you
Huh?
have to have them.
We have to have them for compliance, because we have full-time employees and other employees.
can we get them, can we print them from another source? Rather than buying them?
I could ask, I mean, that's what I did with those, I printed them off the,
Yeah.
I could ask. We could ask if we can print them off their website. Maybe Primex can offer them to us. We can ask them.
So the other thing that we got to provide to the auditor that I sent out, that I just wanted to review, and the auditor asked for us to do this, is the depreciation schedule, to see if it makes sense, if there's anything that jumps out as being missing. And I'm thinking we probably should provide this to Jesse and Bob and Ron as well, so they can take a look at it.
Yes, I can tell you, there's land listed on there that we don't have anymore. There's
Okay,
probably,
so what is listed on that we don't have? Oh, the land.
Yeah.
The property, yeah.
this has to come off, and according to Jesse, we can take that off.
Right, okay.
I'm not sure that,
When did we sign that deed?
right here. In there it must be. I think that's a good idea that we give Bob a copy, Ron a copy, Jesse a copy, and they can go through and who knows?
Can we depreciate the computers from Consolidated?
We would have to add them to the list, we could ask.
Because aren't they supposed to be replaced every 5 years or something like that, so they gotta be depreciating?
Well, I'm not sure whether computers now are considered depreciable equipment or more, not disposable, but in a different class. Usually capital equipment that's depreciable has usually $5,000 is a typical threshold, at least it was when I was in
Yeah,
higher
I think
education.
it's pretty much
So
5,000.
something in computers are certainly under that level.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
But it's a
Yeah.
good question.
Bob a copy, Ron a copy, Jesse a copy, and say, look it over, see what we still have, what we don't have.
So it's back in August that we were completing the bid on this, so. Okay, in terms of updates too, the planning board has scheduled a public hearing, we talked about this, for the 9th of December. I know there was an email today, from a group of people, asking about that. That is really a planning board decision, not a select board. So I did forward that, email
Can I get a copy of
to
that?
the
It's
planning
right
board.
up there, too.
So,
Thank you.
the public hearing notice for Waterville Valley is all done now.
Thank you.
I will tell you that Ron does not recommend having anybody in the building at this point, because every day it's 475, 524. And if that is the case, there's lots to follow. One, they can't use the restrooms. They can file in here and sit in a chair, but someone's gonna have to clean every time they get up to talk on the microphone. And you're gonna have very little, because if you have, and that was his other question, is the planning board plan on attending this meeting? So you have to count them in. The moderator would, I would assume, would be there with a microphone, so then you're gonna have to have people sit with 6 feet all around them, but then you're also gonna have to leave a walkway, because if someone wants to get up and come up to the microphone, they've gotta have that 6-foot distance. And the rules have to be, if you leave, you can't come back.
I do want to mention quickly that I know there's still time, but there's only one person who has actually signed up for in-person attendance at this time.
Okay,
Okay, that was a question I was wondering.
that's good to know, but
And I don't think that there have been any email requests at this point
I
either.
have not seen any email requests. There's one request on the physical board.
So his suggestion is just the moderator and the planning board be present, and everybody else Zoom.
But there
Other
are
than
people
the
that
people-
can't Zoom.
What?
There are people that can't Zoom.
They can call in, if they can call on a telephone,
They can call in.
dial phone, they can call in.
Okay. I'm just thinking of the,
And that's what I like, that's what I was getting to. Waterville Valley posted theirs in the paper. And basically, they give you all, if you are unable to connect using either method, you can call them and they'll help you figure out a place to go to the library. But they have their passwords saying you can call using your phone from your home, you know, everybody. They also offer it on YouTube later, that you can also write in prior. This is up on their website. You can write in with your comment on the zoning application. So Waterville Valley is not holding any public, they cannot come in. They're just doing it all by Zoom.
Even like the board is not in,
The board is there, but everybody who's asking questions, but they're allowing them to submit their comments. And that will be viewed at that meeting.
Which we requested here too.
Mhm.
And so, again, I mean, this isn't our decision, this is the planning board
Right.
hearing, and they're meeting this Wednesday. I don't know if you could come and help with the planning on, the Wednesday at 7,
yeah, well, my husband comes, so
so he'll be there,
he's on the
so,
board, yeah.
You
yeah.
know, like Ron said, if we done right here in this room with just the people who are gonna be answering the questions, and if people wanna ask questions, then the moderator could get a list of what to ask.
And we could have somebody, I think Gall had talked about monitoring the chat on the Zoom.
Who?
Gall, I'm gonna not pronounce her last name correctly. She's one of the, she's an alternate. How do you pronounce her last name? Pat,
Cashman?
Attachment.
yeah.
Cashman. Yep, I'll skip that one. I love
I
that
apologize for
now.
that. So I know the planning board had talked about being in the other room and then having people here with the monitor, but going next door to speak. But it sounds like things have changed so much just in the last week or two that that's not going to be a good idea.
And the problem is that once it gets in, I mean, my heart goes out to Stewartstown. I mean, they're losing people left and right in the nursing home. And all it started with one person.
Yeah.
So that is my only thing. And you said you could have 500?
yeah, on Zoom.
On Zoom.
Yeah.
Right, we've talked about upping
Yeah,
that
because
per
the
month.
normal
I think it's
fee-
$50 for that month.
Yeah, so the normal fee is like $14.99 for 100 people, and if you wanna bump it up to 500, it's $49.99.
So I think a couple things have to happen. Somebody has to write explicit instructions on the web on, yes, you can use your landline phone. You just won't be able to see, but you can hear what's going on and you can beep. They just need to know that, because there's a lot of people who are intimidated by computers, Zoom. That needs to be set up. You need to talk to the planning board, find out if they want to do that, and go from there. There was a letter that we got from a person in town who has gone through the whole zoning board application and put his comments, which I thought was kudos.
Right.
I mean, I haven't read them all, but I was like, he took the question and he wrote what he wanted for a comment.
Yep.
So I think that's a doable thing.
And I think, I have not looked online to see what's posted, but, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, can I just make a comment? So, I mean, I just bumped into someone today who had those.
Why don't you,
those-
can you come closer to the mic?
Oh, sure. Can I grab
Yeah,
my
we're supposed to
chair?
tell you you need to identify yourself. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, Nancy Como. I just bumped into someone today that had those concerns. One was they didn't use Zoom, and also they felt that, you know, how many people could go on Zoom. So I think it's important to
Right,
let
it's
people
500,
know,
right.
500,
Yeah.
you know, and I doubt we'll get that many, but 500, I think is, you know, that's a big number. So, and the other concern was, they couldn't get on Zoom, so I think, again, it's really important to give good information about the phone line.
Yeah, well, see, that's
Yeah.
what they did in this public notice that they sent out in Waterville Valley. They're just upgrading their zoning to do short-term rentals, but they're having a public hearing and it's all done on Zoom, and I was impressed on it.
As of this moment, I do not have that information on the well, I don't have the actual like login to Zoom information on the website. From what I understand, I'm supposed to be getting this later on.
It's on there,
It's under the announcement,
it's on the planning, of the.
Okay.
but I
because
think
they
we need to
had
put something
me-
on the front that
Okay.
says,
Yeah, I think-
Okay.
Public
We-
notice.
They had me-
public notice
Yeah.
that we,
Yeah.
you can call in by calling this number,
Is
put
it
in this
okay?
code, passcode, whatever our code's gonna be.
Yeah.
Right, and make it as simple as possible.
I think that's pretty,
Okay.
we'll have to take out some stuff, but,
Yep.
you know, they basically,
So this one is the top.
Yeah.
And actually, if we stick with Zoom, then we're not going to have as much of the issue with the microphone.
correct.
It would just be the board members.
Right, right.
And I realize there's probably gonna be a lot on you, because there's gonna be a lot of people wanting to say something, and how do you do that?
Yeah,
Well,
I
she-
have no idea, I'm totally ignorant of Zoom, and
Is that
if we've
something
got
that you
people
would
on
be
Zoom,
familiar
and then we've got
Well,
people.
You can do breakout rooms.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with, well, and I think we had, problem last time when we had the meeting the week after Casella was here, and we had a lot of people on, and so with the chat function, you have options, and so you can do, you know, like if you see here, you can have, like, you can have people, everybody can talk to each other, and that was horrible on that one, because people were like swearing at each other.
I don't know.
We don't want that.
And so then the other, so it's kind of a mixed bag, so it's like, almost like if you, it's almost, to me, it's almost like more effective if you have like the moderator looking, because you can like raise your hand, like, so if you're in here, like, you can like raise your hand and say, I wanna talk.
But I can't see a person with just a phone.
Right.
I can't acknowledge a person on a telephone.
Right, well, they could say, right, so there's somehow, we have, that's a very good point.
So Zoom has a chat function if they have a computer.
Right, but it's that they don't have a,
So we have to give them directions on how they can participate.
Right.
Can't they hit isn't there a way of doing like *6 or something on your phone?
you can unmute, but then you'd have to have a process to basically say, you know, people, you know, you have to recognize people to talk.
Yeah,
And then just basically say, you know, we'll get to everybody that wants to talk, and say, you know, be patient, and then, you know, you can do whatever, like, you know, give people a 3-minute time limit,
Yeah,
or whatever you'd like to do. So that's probably the easiest thing is that if people, you know, say that they would like to talk, and then just kind of keep track of who says they want to talk, and then just make sure everybody gets their, you know, turn.
yeah.
I think the other important thing would probably take the comments that they write in and give them to the planning board as soon as we get them.
Right.
So that somebody's not asking the same question 5 times in one meeting.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think the other thing with chat is too, because I had just done a talk on, and we use chat for the audience, and that, you know, you give a limit, like maybe, when
Come
you,
closer to the microphone, sorry.
if you could give a limit as to, like, maybe after you get 10 people who chatted, then you just say, well, now I'm gonna take some chat, and you would get those questions or their comments.
Yeah,
And then that would all be up to Gall, Gall. And you, so you wouldn't necessarily have to,
I'm not
address
answering
them.
questions, my goal
I don't
is
mean
to
questions, but
control,
speaking,
is to
yeah,
control the
speaking.
format of the meeting,
Right,
to follow a fair and equitable protocol, so everybody gets to talk.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
Right, so some people
that
like,
would
right,
be-
so you can have options here where you have participants can chat with no one, host only, everybody publicly. And at every meeting that I've been at, like was at work, when people act normal,
Mhm.
you can do everybody publicly. And so they, you know, so then everybody can see the questions, so that way like people hopefully don't ask the same questions if people do it. But what you can say at the beginning of the meeting is if somebody gets aggressive or whatever, you can say that, because you can kick them out. And you can move somebody to the waiting room, like you can, you can.
Time out.
Yeah, you can put them in time, you know what I mean?
Put them in a
I
corner,
mean,
huh?
I mean,
You're
because
going to
basically,
time out.
yeah, I mean, and I don't know about people, like, you know, public meeting, if you know, but if, I mean, I think if somebody was disruptive in a regular meeting, you can ask them to leave.
Yeah,
It's just easier electronically. I mean, we haven't done that, I just turned the chat off. But then it kind of punishes everybody because there's one or two bad actors, you know, so it's like, so I do think that if you could have it so that it says everybody publicly, people can see each other's questions.
I think it'd be better, because that's where we ran into problems before, because then they had this crosstalk, right?
Well, and then we like, that was our first time. That was our first time, you know,
Right.
so
So I
that's
don't
pretty.
think we want to have a, we
Well, I
want
think,
the,
well, I think if you have
moderator,
rules, well,
right?
the thing was, is like, we were brand new to it, so, that was certainly pretty unexpected, right? And then I think if you basically set the ground rules, where if people, I mean, because they can chat and stuff like that, and so,
but see, if they're having like dialogue with chat, then you're leaving out the people who called in.
but all you're doing is you're only recognizing the people, because they're asking questions, they're not really chatting, the purpose for this kind of a meeting, I would think, is that it's, so people can just write down their questions,
Right.
and so everybody can kind of see the questions, so if.
I like how Steve Buckley does it. You're all muted
Yeah.
until,
Right,
It's-
yeah,
until
And you
it's
can do
time
that
for
too.
questions. And then he will pick who he answers.
right,
Then he sees all the questions and then
Yeah.
they go through them.
yeah, so he can, yeah, so it's not redundant, so people,
Yeah.
Yeah.
again, people on just the telephone are writing questions.
We'll
no,
do
but they can
assignment
speak,
prior.
but they can speak, so you'll know, because if it's like, here, you can tell people signed in, if they're on just a telephone, it says just, like, it won't say a name really, it'll say a phone number.
Oh,
Just to clarify, do I need to reach out to the planning board and see, like, is this a decision that it's not going to be an in-person meeting? And do I need to update that on the
No,
website?
you don't know that yet. The
It's a
planning
planning
board
board.
is meeting Wednesday.
Right, and
Right.
Christine,
Okay.
It's their decision.
So nothing,
can you come Wednesday?
oh, yeah.
And I think the select board's throwing out a bunch of good ideas too, so I don't know if one of you wants to come
Well,
to
Joe,
that
you usually
Wednesday
show
as
up.
well.
I'll be there.
Yeah, oh, that's right, you are anyways.
You wanna
yeah.
join us?
Pardon?
You wanna join us? I'll be
Oh,
chilling
I'm
for
an
the planning
alternate, I'm an
board,
alternate on the planning board.
because I,
meetings.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
so you're all set.
Yeah.
What's the likelihood of delaying everything until warmer weather so you can meet outdoors?
So the planning board wants to make sure that we have this so that if there are substantial changes, there's time for a second public hearing.
so
So there's
go,
some timelines there. You know, you've got to notice a public hearing, is it 10 or 14 days ahead of the public hearing? And you've got to have warrants to the town clerk by the 5th Monday before the town meeting.
You gotta
And
set the
don't
whole
quote me
thing
on
up.
that, but, so looking at that, I don't think they'll want to delay it.
And I don't know, I haven't heard anything from the state about the possibilities of delaying town meetings or I don't know what they're gonna do with it, or we just plow ahead.
Well, and I guess if there was going to be a delay of town meeting, I guess the first question that would come up is what would happen to the budget, right? Because-
Exactly.
So the budget, and then people that were elected and their terms are up
Exactly.
in March, would it just be extended? You know, I mean, the term thing is
There are.
probably more
Oh, yeah.
straightforward, but the budget thing is more difficult.
and
Yeah,
I think they're so busy right now trying to get through Thanksgiving and Christmas with this COVID-19 stuff that we're not gonna hear any of that until right after the new year.
yeah. That's
And then
what
they're
I'm
gonna start
anticipating.
saying, because I know they're not, everybody who is not getting sworn in public until June
Oh.
for the inaugural stuff in New Hampshire.
Oh, wow.
They're gonna, so they're just gonna get their office, and that, you know, the swearing in part's not gonna happen until the summer. But I think you're gonna find that after the holidays, that's when they're gonna start focusing on town meetings and all the other stuff.
Okay.
And there is a process for default budgets.
Yeah,
Is there, because I thought of our budget didn't get voted in, we didn't have it though, like usually the default budget is last year's budget, but I think we don't have a default budget, right?
not that I know of.
I think there's no default budget, that's the problem.
But I also think that
I
under the
think, I
COVID,
can't
they might
remember that,
change
but
the
I know,
rule.
I'd have to look
Okay,
back at the rules.
right, so that would be,
I mean, they've changed the rules on a lot of things
Right,
under
right,
COVID.
right.
And that is something that could be put on a warrant article for the March regular town meeting, is for the town to determine, do they want to automatically go to the previous year's budget as a default in the event there are issues, unforeseen circumstances that either there can't be a meeting, it
Yeah.
can't be voted on, or there are major conflicts within the budget.
Yeah, because I don't know
It
why
can't
they
be
wouldn't have a
resolved.
default budget, I mean, it's because the school budget, I know, they basically, they default to the previous year.
Which makes sense.
Right, because I mean, to have no budget, because people
can't,
can't agree, seems to be, you know,
Right.
people not getting paid potentially.
And I'd have to check to see if we have that or not.
I'm pretty sure that I read that, I'm pretty sure that we didn't have a default budget.
Yeah, I would have to check.
Well, if we don't, we
Good
should put
question.
it in as a standard operating
Oh,
procedure.
definitely,
going
because
forward.
it offers protection, because you have so many people going in and out, and
Yep,
Right. Okay,
So as it stands now, we're gonna wait for the planning board's decision
right,
on Wednesday.
right.
Okay.
But Ron's recommendation, if we
Is
have
no.
it, is no, okay. And I mean, things have just changed since they started doing this.
Yep.
Okay, for new business, the ZBA has, drafted special exceptions and variance application forms. And they were ready to, you know, have them as inset, but then they stepped back and thought they should get legal review. So that's, I wanted to bring it here. We could send it to NHMA first and see if they will, and then if they don't, then we could see about
Well, maybe you're
our,
gonna be.
our
Yeah.
own council.
yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and send it to NHMA. Do we want to make a motion if they won't review it, if it's too specific to the town, to
Send it off.
Yes,
send it to general counsel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I, Joe Beth, make a motion that, we will have the forms for special exception and variance, applications for the ZBA reviewed. We will try to have them reviewed by the NHMA,
right,
but if it needs to be local council review, then we will send them to local council for review. I
okay,
mean, they're not very detailed forms, it shouldn't be very expensive.
okay.
Okay.
what do we
Okay, that's Joe Beth making the motion.
I second the motion, Pamela.
All in favor?
Aye, Pamela.
Aye, Carol?
Aye, Joe Beth. Okay. Do we have,
I have a couple of things.
okay,
One, we need to have a deadline for payroll time sheet cards to be in the office.
Hard guess.
so did they dribble in this morning?
Which is
Well,
to say,
They
Yeah.
did.
yes.
One of the complaints is that they can't drop their time sheets off in the office because it's locked, and we lock that
You
window.
can scoot it under the door.
Huh?
Or you can scoot it under the door or the window, that's fine, I'll just pick it up. I'm totally happy to do that.
Did the cards go under the door very well?
It's just a piece of paper.
Well,
Bob,
I
I
think,
text every Monday, I don't have an issue with him, he comes at the same
I
time.
know, well, I was here this morning, I was gonna have them down there by a certain time, but I
Oh.
didn't, the last one we didn't get until what, 10:30?
Well, yep. That's
So-
accurate. Well, actually, the last one I got,
I think that we need to have a policy that if payroll timesheets aren't in at a certain time Monday on payroll day by, I would say, no later than 8 o'clock?
9? Because normally Jessie comes in at 9 and gives it to me. Like at 9, she puts it in my hand. That's been the norm, so far.
Well, can we get them processed within, so we can have them down there by 9:30? I mean, that's
If
their
I
goal.
have them at
Huh?
9, then yes, that's easy.
We need to get them down there as soon as possible.
And are we able to scan them to NBS? We don't have to.
Yeah, we're scanning, but we're also going
But we
through.
have to review them, absolutely.
And even after review, as Pam found out, one of them got still wrong, so that wasn't us.
Yes.
Okay,
I mean,
okay, so,
so my question is, that it would be nice to have a kind of like a, you know how they have a key drop box? If we had one out in the hall or somewhere outside where people could drop off things, like maybe these zoning application
Oh,
things.
yeah, so it's a secure Dropbox, I think that's a good idea.
And then people could drop off their timesheets and people can drop off whatever they want to the board. And if they don't have to do it when it's open.
Yeah.
You're driving by on a Saturday and you want, and I think we should.
would you want it outside or inside?
If I had my ideal way, I would put it in the window coming up the hall so that they would drop it on the outside and from the office you'd unlock it.
You got the book drop off.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You got
but
the
that's
book
the
drop.
libraries, we don't wanna get into everybody using it, everybody having a key. We want something that is secure for,
She's saying under the window that faces the parking lot.
Yeah, right on the walkway there,
Yeah.
but outside, like next to the library box.
cause those doors are always locked.
Do we need to have something that is physically tethered to something though? I'm just,
Yeah,
I'm
you would
wondering
have-
if you have an estimate for this.
I don't, it's just a brainstorm, trying to figure out how people could get stuff to us and not depend on when the office is open. You know, usually the library's open, but,
So that's changed, and it
no,
could change.
she's open, but, you know, but.
Right, but,
Yeah.
She updated her hours with me today on the website. She's only here 2 days a week for 2 hours, Monday and Wednesday. So those are her hours right now.
Yeah, I don't know, this is just food for thought, but we're gonna have to think of something.
Well, a Dropbox like a bank deposit outside,
Yeah,
right,
it
a
doesn't have
bank.
to be that elaborate. I mean, they have like secure alarms and all this other stuff, but just something
Well,
that.
no, you just pull the thing down, you slip an envelope, put it up and dump it.
So much.
yeah. We should get some estimates and
Did
see.
you think a
That's what I
bank
think,
or a-
yeah.
Are you gonna get those estimates? Do I need to reach out to someone?
So
We could probably start with, someplace like Staples or Amazon.
Just for, like, looking for a drop box?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, and see what the options are. Do we have any update on the credit card, by the way, Linda?
I worked on it last week, and I worked on it again today. I got to a point where the screen was saying, if you are a nonprofit municipality type of thing, and you don't think you should have to fill out this part, call us, dial in option 2, and we'll get back to you. And that was at 10 o'clock this morning.
Okay.
I've not heard a word from them.
So speaking of that, we had a discussion a couple meetings ago about all the extra hours that Linda is doing.
Mhm.
And it wasn't until we did payroll that, so we need to come up with a, and I don't know if it has to be a private meeting.
But you were gonna give us some more information.
She did, she gave me the
Right.
information. So I have her sheets, I have them here. So we would just have to look at that.
Is that a public, non-public?
Yeah, so I didn't get a chance to put it in Excel spreadsheet, but I have it, but she's definitely working more hours.
Okay, so
Okay, that
we,
should probably be
Yeah.
non-public.
we'll
yeah.
do
But
that.
you could do
Stay.
that with you.
Yeah, because
After, we'll just go over it with that.
because they do have like the book that we got, the, municipal matters, technical assistance for tax collectors and stuff. So in this one, have you guys seen that one? No. It goes through like everybody's duties, it's pretty specific about who does what, so this will help too.
Okay. So, and then, my other thing is that there's going to be a conservation meeting on Thursday,
Correct,
Wednesday or Thursday?
Thursday.
And it has to do with the meeting that we attended where you guys were gonna get someone to come up and, talk about, an outside person, talk about the permitting. And so I would like to attend Thursday. Remember when we came for their,
Right,
With
so
the map?
you've got more than
One.
so this is,
people, so
Yeah.
you wanna post it as a select board meeting.
Are you okay with that? I'd like to come, I came to the
Yeah.
first one, so I'd like to see the second one,
Yeah, I am, I might call in or something, but,
whatever. Well, even if we call them, we still have to post it public, correct?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Is their meeting posted?
Yes, their
Yes.
meeting is posted and Nancy came over today and put something on the bulletin board.
Well, then I think, Liz, did you put it on too? I saw it on
I
there.
did.
Yeah,
I
Did you?
so I took mine down. Hers is much.
Oh, oh
So
well.
I was gonna notice there was communication about the administrative assistant posting online, but she
Nobody
wasn't
sent
part
the
of, she wasn't
information.
copied on those emails.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I
I
saw
wonder-
a whole bunch of conversation back and forth, but I think that's something that might be really easy. Are you Conservation Commission or Planning Board? Conservation Commission?
She's both.
Once you make your decision, if you could just like delegate somebody to send me that information and explicitly state that they would like me to post it, or they would like me to, you know, put whatever it is on the website, I'm very happy to do so.
Sure, so I kind of want some clarification on that myself,
Yeah.
because we did have it on our agenda, our last meeting. And, it was said that all the meetings were sent. And and then, like, there's a stack here I noticed of the select board meetings. Okay, so
Yep.
they, someone went out in the hall and looked, and someone looked at a stack here. And what we found were, there were some postings for meetings, but a lot of the minutes were missing.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that, you know,
I mean, it
they
predates me.
were saying
Yeah.
that it was due to,
I would love
it
to
was
give you
due to
clarification on
this,
this.
this building, not
Yep.
them.
So the way that it works is that they have to be emailed to me so that I have them, or else I cannot post them. Now, completely unrelated to this and prior to that meeting, I received a right to know request for Conservation Commission minutes. So I went through the email, I went through the computer, I looked everywhere, and at that point, the last minutes that I had were either from May or June, like somewhere around there, and I didn't have any more. And then I requested them via the email. Now, I know that there's been an issue with the actual email that's getting resolved, but
Oh,
after
no,
that-
there was no issue with the email, it was
No.
like, it was forwarding, the issue was that it wasn't, like, the Conservation Commission email is just a mail forwarding, it's not an actual email location. So we were
I
getting
see.
emails, I mean, I
Well,
was
it
getting
took
emails.
me a little bit to get a response. And then when I did get a response, I got a response for just that one day's minutes, which is what I needed, so that was great, but I was never given those other minutes to update the website and get us current. And I would greatly appreciate doing that because it would probably be good for the community and for each of the boards.
Absolutely. Yep.
This has been a chronic problem,
Mhm.
so I know that way back, probably by May, we really pushed, and we ended up sending a letter to the Conservation Commission saying that we had to have minutes.
Right.
And then we got some minutes and those were posted, but,
Okay.
so,
So how many months of meeting minutes are you missing?
Well, let me tell you.
so we're not sure they've met every month.
We have.
I have
February was the one that I was here and they didn't
updated
show up.
at this point, so let me see what we're
And
at
the
right
March,
now.
the March
because
one's
I have
online,
been given
that's a
some.
dead link, so.
Right. So anyway, we don't need to spend more time in this meeting, we've been trying to get them current as well.
Yeah, and I have been receiving some of them at this point. I just wanna make sure I have all of the ones that we need.
So-
Still on the website, let's see, it was zoning board that I got them for, so it goes from March to October.
But March
And
isn't
I
any
don't have-
good, so just an FYI, that link's no good.
But that's zoning board, that's not
Okay.
the Conservation Commission, right?
No, she doesn't,
I'm on conservation.
On the conservation.
Okay.
So I will see if I have a digital copy of these March minutes so that I can just repost it with a media link that's not broken. But other than that, it looks like I need April through, September.
Well, so my issue is that, are there minutes?
How do we know?
Well, that's just it.
That's, how does the admin or the select board know
Well, that's why, again, for
That's
posting
where I think
protocols
the
to send them
secretary
to
hasn't
admin.
always written the minutes and hasn't gotten them to the administrative assistant.
Well, it's
Are you
good.
approving the minutes at your meetings? Because they should be approved by the
Of course.
commission.
No review, no
So-
approval.
Okay. Is there anything else for public discussion? I know we have some
Yes.
non-public things.
So
Go
make
ahead.
sure that gets posted, that the board will be at the conservation meeting on
And we're-
Thursday.
That
You
we are
want,
having a
we
select
want to
board
post it, do you
meeting.
want it to post it under select board or conservation or both?
So the select board will be having a meeting that coincides with the conservation commission meeting.
Okay.
So that more than one of us can attend.
So, the other thing, the only other thing I had was, we've been reporting these just because we were behind on our minutes because with all the admin in and out and people learning and training.
Yep.
So do we need to continue reporting these?
I don't think we do.
I don't think we do, I think it says once that they're on paper,
No, but we don't, but there's no requirement to even record the meeting.
then don't record them.
Okay.
Are you good about taking minutes, are you,
I haven't actually used one of the recordings,
Right, right.
okay, so then,
so.
So I think we're fine.
I think we're fine.
All right, good.
I have one question, Joe Bell. Is there
Yes.
any update on the North Country Council's broadband committee?
That's what I was just about to bring up.
So it's posted, I know we got one person showing interest.
Yes.
And then
We should
was
hold
Steve
off
going to be
until-
interested?
He didn't say no, and he looked at the paper, so if Scott doesn't work out, he may. He
Yeah.
may.
So
we-
we have,
did
I
we
know
make
there's
a
one
motion
person
on
who
the-
showed interest, but it'd be nice to have, you know, what we will
we
do,
make
I
a
think we
motion
asked
on
for
not
them
to
back by, what was our deadline?
Oh, for this one,
December 9th is
9th, I believe it is.
I think it was
yeah.
December 9th, so that the
the
following Monday,
actual letter.
we could review people who are interested.
Well, did you have, I know Scott said he wanted to talk to you in private about it. Did you have a meeting with him?
No, he
That-
sent another subsequent email saying he was not interested.
Oh, he did, okay.
did,
I
yeah.
didn't know. I will
But I
ask.
mean, he certainly could change his mind and send us a letter and then if we have, multiple, you know, we will review whatever inquiries we have, whatever the people are interested.
Yeah, post it, I'll talk to Steve.
And then I
See what
think
he
it's a
says.
member
Like I said,
and-
he didn't say no, he didn't say yes, he looked at it and read it and goes,
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a member, you know, somebody to participate and an alternate.
yeah.
So it'd be good to have, you
I'll
know, at
ask
least
him.
two people
I'll
and
ask
then,
him, yeah. You know, he just knows all that, being in radio, he knows all that broadband stuff.
yeah. Well, then I know Lizzie's been filling out the forms to get information on broadband providers and,
Yeah,
you know, my personal opinion is that broadband may not be the answer. Because I went from broadband, which did not work very well, to a satellite dish, and I have great internet at home now.
Now, how expensive is it? Is it like metered, like cellular data?
No, it's a little satellite. I pay $48 a month.
Okay.
I could pay more and get higher speed, but
Yeah.
I don't need to. It's fine for everything I do.
So is that Skywire or Netify? Okay, so,
Netify, yeah.
so it's RF. Right, so it's RF, it's not satellite, it's RF. It's radio frequency.
I'm sorry.
It's radio frequency,
Oh.
not satellite.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I
It's-
just don't want
it's-
that
yeah.
little receiver dish and.
Yeah, because if you have like a satellite, it basically, it's like cellular data. I don't know if they
Yeah.
changed plans going, like, I
Well-
look at it.
Megan has that, and they watch their TV on it, and all kinds of stuff, and still run their computers, so.
Yeah,
At a
it's
very
good.
low
Yeah,
price.
Yeah, we've had it a couple of
right.
years.
And as I say, I mean, I
think
took kind of a low level. I mean, I could have gotten, I know people who have a higher speed and higher capacity. Where when I had broadband with Fairpoint, I had to reboot everything, you know, multiple times every day. It was horrible.
Yeah, we use Spectrum and we don't have any trouble.
Hmm?
We have Spectrum,
Well, yeah, so you must be close enough. The spectrum's good.
Yeah. So I think it may
As
be
a
lots
Dalton
of
resident,
options, but
I have terrible internet, and I would love having the option to have faster internet.
okay. Do you have anything else? Okay, so we're going to go into non-public session for personnel.
Did you want to go over the checklist before we go into non-public, or? The
That should be accounting.
running list.
Oh, the auditor, no, that's still,
That's still just, those are things that.
we're working on getting, they've
I'm
already.
just making sure.
Yep.
Do you want Linda to stay tonight?
If you could stay for a little while, that'd be great.
That's fine.
For Linda to stay, I'm sorry, I'm not hearing very well.
I know.
Oh, we come
We
together.
came together.
Oh,
so-
okay,
So, it's fine if you wanna go chat.
okay. I mean, it shouldn't take very long.
Right.
And then, we do not plan to come back into public session except to decide whether minutes need to be sealed. So we can close down the
Okay,
public session, we won't do any more public business.
so the public session is closing at 8:23.
We make a motion to
So I
close.
make a motion to adjourn the meeting to go into non-public sessions.
I second the motion.
Hi, Jovette?
Tamara.
Okay,
All in favor?
all in
Aye,
favor?
Tamara.
Aye, Carol?
Hi, Jovette?
Aye, Tamara.
Okay.
She's always beating me this afternoon.